Social norms usually demand a complete clearing of the slate. When an apology is offered, the expectation is that you will let the matter go entirely to avoid the stigma of being labeled difficult or petty. For many, however, saying it's fine is a surface-level resolution. While the apology is accepted, the specific details of the mistake are being quietly archived and locked away, creating a permanent shift in how that person is trusted. Psychology identifies this behavior as a specialized defensive response. The brain recognizes a breach of trust and shifts into a high alert state, prioritizing protection over social harmony. This indicates a mind capable of isolating emotional closure from logical risk assessment. You can find peace with the person while simultaneously recognizing they are no longer a safe investment. Retaining the memory of a betrayal functions as a sophisticated internal warning system. It ensures that while the anger may dissipate, the vulnerability that allowed the harm does not remain open. When trust is broken, the brain triggers high betrayal sensitivity, causing a permanent update to the internal map of social connections, making the mind more vigilant against future disruptions. To maintain clarity, the brain must clear its emotional cache. Draining the negative charge from the network allows you to process the event without letting anger cloud your long-term judgment. Forgiveness releases the energy required to sustain a grudge, but the isolated node remains tagged with a distinct marker. You are at peace, but the error is officially logged. Once the emotional noise is silenced, the logical brain begins adjusting user permissions. This avoids a total system shutdown while still mitigating future risk. This process involves quietly enforcing new boundaries. They receive less of your time, less personal information, and zero emotional availability, creating a buffer zone that protects your inner peace. By factoring the past betrayal into future interactions, you adjust your expectations of that person to zero. This creates a predictable environment where they no longer have the capacity to cause disappointment. This combination of restricted access and low expectations allows for civil coexistence. You can stand in the same room as someone who wronged you, knowing they no longer possess the data or the proximity to hurt you again. If the emotional weight has been lifted, why does the analytical mind insist on preserving every detail of the betrayal? The answer lies in error-based learning. When a person offers an apology, that new data point is measured against the heavy weight of their past actions, resulting in a significantly lower trust output. While some may ignore recurring patterns, a highly observant mind treats these patterns as reliable data. The algorithm naturally adapts to repeated failures by shrinking the trust output even further. This makes verbal apologies secondary to physical evidence. The brain prioritizes what it sees over what it hears, waiting for consistent behavior to prove the error has been corrected. Keeping the memory active allows the brain to run a continuous background check. It constantly compares their current behavior to past mistakes to see if their promises have any real-world validity. This active analysis of social failure strengthens your overall reasoning. By dissecting exactly how a breach occurred, the mind builds more robust predictive models for all future interactions. Forgetting the past would be a loss of critical data. That preserved memory is the evidence required to absolutely prevent a recurrence of the exact same system failure. Forgiving the person while holding on to the facts of the betrayal is a true sign of internal quiet. It demonstrates that your composure is based on reality rather than an attempt to ignore it. This approach is a requirement for self-respect. It enforces boundaries in a world where bad behavior is often excused if enough time has passed. Real peace comes from knowing your safety is secured by data. You don't have to worry about being hurt again because your boundaries are built on a logical foundation of past experiences. Because this highly analytical mind processes information so efficiently, it often reaches emotional closure much faster than others. This is why those who appear to forgive the easiest are frequently the ones who have already learned the most. Understanding this cognitive framework changes how you navigate relationships. It turns past betrayals into the very insights that help you survive the future.